Hello everyone. I hope you had a great day today and well relaxed. And now it's time for us to practice a little bit. Today we're gonna learn how to install virtual machine and what type of virtual machines exist. We're gonna go through installation steps together. Let's start. So we're gonna learn what is a virtual machine and what is hypervisor type 1 and type 2, and then we're going to go through the installation process. So virtual machine is a machine, it's a computer inside of the computer. Isn't it great? You literally putting different operation system inside of your computer, and your second operation system, whichever you would like to install, will think that he's actually real computer himself. So you can do Windows on top of the Windows, or you can do Linux on top of the Windows. That's the one which is we will try today. So you can have a practice with the Linux and not be afraid to break anything inside of your operation system. So how we do install computer inside of the computer? We're gonna use a hub of hypervisor. There is two types that I will say. There is a VirtualBox and VMware. So there's two types of hypervisors using for different types of the virtual computers. So type 2, that's the one which is we're gonna do today. That is hypervisor. This VirtualBox. I have operation system that's a Windows, and we're gonna install the guest operation system that's Linux on top of our operation Windows system, and those two different virtual machines will be same on my laptop, and they both will think that they separate. And the great thing about it, you cannot break your mother system, the host. If you work on your second machine, you can always go back on the Linux and restart from the previous version and play with it as much as you want. If you want to hack something, the Linux is a great way to practice. And this will be type 1 of hypervisor, and the type 2, it's one VMware. This is most of the companies they're using that kind of type. So there is no operation system installed over there. So on the type 2, there is a they working kind of like a one under the second one, like a sub system. On type 2, you can install 3, 4, 5, 6 operation systems, but they will work together like an equal. That's what they're usually the company using, and they're using for hypervisor. They're using VMware. It's a software as a service, and it's multi-cloud service. So before we start installation on anything, we're going to check if our system is a 64-bit or 32 bits. You can install on either of them, but it depends on which version do you have. This version you will have to download the software for the installation. So how do you check in? You're going to Windows, you're going to Settings, and then System, and scroll all the way down, go About, and then you can see that my system is 64-bit. If your system is 32-bit, you can download software that's for 32-bit, or you can reboot your computer, press F12 all the time, and then change your system to 64 if you wish. So let's start. We will have to download go to over 3 links and download our files. First will be actual VirtualBox. The second will be VirtualBox extension pack. You have to do it for your VirtualBox. That's kind of, they work together. That's supporting. And since I'm installing Kali Linux today, I will have to download Kali Linux. I already downloaded everything on my computer because I didn't want to save the time. So, and I already installed my VirtualBox also to save time. But installation on VirtualBox, there is nothing specific that you will have to know. That's just a general installation, general regular file. You just press next, next all the time. So standard installation, that's like I said, always press next, install packet. After you install packet, you will have a window kind of like this one on presentation. So I will have mine over here. And then we will go through process of naming, putting like a face on our virtual machine before we actually put the brain of Linux inside of it. So we're gonna go press on U and then name our virtual machine. Spy, that's a name I chose. You can choose any name that you wish. And there is a Microsoft Windows, but we're gonna install Linux. And we're gonna go scroll down and choose Ubuntu 64-bit and then press next. So here I'm gonna go with a 4 megabyte that is already put over here in one CPU. So I'm not changing anything, but if you have something different numbers here, you also can go with a 4 megabyte. It will be more optimal, I would say, with it. Because most of the computers right now have like a general like this kind of setups. So I will press the next. Again, I would not change anything. Finish. And here it is. We done with installation and putting face on our machine. So we choose all the standard options. Oops, sorry. And we're gonna go, before we install the Linux itself, and we need to change the number of CPU before the next step. So we're gonna go to settings and the change press on the system CPU to 4 over here should be. So settings, system, and then processor, and here we're gonna change to 4. Or actually, on the presentation there is a 16, so but I have only 8, so maybe gonna do like a 3 to be on the safe side, not to go to all the way to use a half of my system. And okay, so we're done with the VirtualBox. So now we're gonna install Kali Linux to our VirtualBox. So how we do that? We go to Start. My folder is very small. Now my machine gonna run like very fast, and it's will be a little bit hard for it because it's actually going through installation process. So that's gonna the fan will work very fast and everything. And we're gonna choose the box, and we're gonna go to our downloads and choose our Kali Linux, install the file that we downloaded before. Open. And directory. So install graphic, that's okay. That's what we need. And then it's telling you that if like your mouse will frozen, be frozen or anything, and you need to bring mouse back, there is a right and control. You can press on your keyboard, so that will bring your mouse back. Like will make your computer alive again. So next, you don't need to change anything over there. It's kind of my mouse just going like, I don't know if you can see it inside of this white box, nowhere else. How to capture box. So press key, otherwise the system will be started in 10, 9 seconds, so it's counting. So I did go to the process of installation over there, so now it's just letting us to choose the settings. We're gonna go English, United States, and American English, that's fine. And go to installation again. It's gonna take a couple seconds. It's pretty quick, not like when I was downloading the files. It took good 30 minutes, I think. So I'm gonna name it again, VM Spy, same name that I named my face. Now we put in brain inside and same, that's still the same name. So now next step is asking us to set up password. So username and password, full name and username. Now it's asking for the new password. Hold on. We'll just choose the everything that's is asked us before is the regular options, nothing change over there. But portion of the disk, I will say yes over here. It was asking me if I want to use a portion of the main disk that I have on the computer. So the Kali Linux, it will use my machine resources, and it's asked for my permission to do so. I'm just waiting for installation again. There is just a couple steps left. You can get a copy while we're waiting. So it did install. Now it's asking if a desktop environment is okay, and again, it's okay for us. And installing again. So we're almost at the end. It took us almost good 10 minutes to install everything. So now it's like at the end, asking me again if it's okay for him to use the my hard disk. So in this case, we don't do enter the device manually. We choose the standard option over here. And just a little bit left. This is gonna go much, much faster than it was before. It's finished, and I'm asking to reboot. If I press to continue. It's rebooting the system. I hope you remember the password and the username that you used, because that's when you need it to log into your virtual machine. Voila, you have your Linux machine operation system installed on the top of your Windows or Mac or whatever you had before. It's an amazing way to practice on Linux. If anybody wanted ever to try Linux but was afraid to change their system completely or do something, so here a home button, file system, even little container for trash in the case if someone likes this option the best. So here is the Linux, and here is your VirtualBox. That's where you will start your system or stop your system. Kind of works like this button on the Windows over here. Um, so this is all for installation machine. Congratulations, you all done with it. Now you can work on it. You can add files. You can clone your machine, your clone, but of course you need to stop the system first. So you, if you want to clone your machine, if you're afraid that you will break something, you can always clone your machine. So you will have you will have an extra version over here and just work with one. Or you actually can do snapshots of your machine. So if you don't want to do like completely clone of whole system, then you do snapshots, save it, then you changing something or working or updating or hacking, whatever what you decided to do with your Linux. And then you realize that all of a sudden that is you did something wrong and you want to go back to previous version. So you're going just back and installing the snapshot that you just got before you start any updates. So will be all for today. I hope you like the session, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Have a nice day.